So we have the part 2 data download for the 7th anniversary of Global Dokkan, and there's a lot of things to cover here. There's, the easy A's right here that people have been waiting for, the free-to-play units, and the red zone stuff. So without further ado, let's kind of, break everything down, I guess. So we have the Tech LR Teen Gohan, Kid Trunks, and Goten. Oh, by the way, this all comes out within the next few hours. I mean, the Dokkan info site, not Dokkan, the wiki shows is right here, but it comes out literally within the next few hours. By the time this is going to be updated, by the time this video goes up, it'll probably be like 2 hours away or something like that. So be prepared for that. We'll talk about this guy. So this guy is coming out on the global version. The really cool thing about this unit is the entrance animation, because it's the second opening of the Dragon Ball Z anime, the We Gotta Power. Very, very goodly. Like, the OST is so cool. The animation for it is really nice as well. But keep in mind, this is only the LR version of this unit. The EZA actually comes out later on during the second part. Let's see right here. It came out on the February 10th. For GP, and then the 22nd of February during the third part right here for the JP version. So it's going to be the same in global. This unit, I think they could have been made way better. I think really needing the Goku and Vegeta is makes sense for being the Majin Buu Saga team, but they're all just stats. There's no evasion, no guard, no stacking or anything like that. I think, their defense is a little suffering. If this is massively raises attack and defense one turn, I think they could still be even solid, because that 100% defense raise would go so far for this unit, considering they have Cold Judgment right here. I think is a very strong thing right there. They link pretty solid with Tech Gohan, actually, funny enough, Saiyan Lineage, Cold Judgment, stuff like that, right? So yeah, they just kind of flop with this unit, so I'll have to really say about them. We have these two units right here. Again, they're also both kind of flops, especially I would say the Vegeta especially so. They just kind of really said, hey, we're just going to make him bad. Even post Extreme Z, we can 22% reduction and then additional medium chance 22% reduction. This should have been stacking defense, or at least raising defense for some amount of turns. That would have gone way better with this 22% damage reduction. So bad. It's actually just... His stats aren't not 9... Oh yeah, well, his EZA stats 7k defense. Not nearly enough. No way. No way. With this, even with the 44% damage reduction, it wouldn't be nearly enough still. And his support buff is terrible. 2 key, 22% defense attack. Come on, that's just awful. At least the key is nice, but this is really bad. And the link sets are kind of weird. This Vegeta Bulma unit is just really... I don't know what they're thinking about it. The costume change is cool though, for sure. I like the costume change, but it kind of sucks. That's what it is. He just sucks. This unit is interesting because they have this right here, the Sponcho fan. It allows them to basically delay the enemy's attack for one turn, like Pycon. It's after 4 more super attacks performed. That's not really that difficult because they can triple super, right? They have an additional that's a high chance of becoming a super attack. They could be pretty solid. They're definitely better than Vegeta and Bulma. I wouldn't say they're good, but I think that they're better than people may give them credit for. But they're not good. They're it's just really this, because they actually have tech with them. So Pycon, even his, Ghost Usher that he has ability is still there. But even now, it's not going to be like that. So that's kind of right. So yeah, these two kind of suck right there. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, next we have the Easy A's right here. Let's scroll down here. I guess we have the Easy medals and everything like that. Oh yeah. Well, I guess there's the red zone stages right here. I guess I'll talk about the red zone stages first, right? Why not? Since it's already first in there. So we're gonna have Cooler and then Fusion 913. Cooler is basically just like a baby or Mega Shenron boss. Especially at the end, is more so where it's similar because they have KO countdowns, where they do I believe his super attack does 1,000,000 damage, right? On his, countdown super attack could be very devastating. He can't evade you, so that could be really annoying. 7% chance. It actually shows us in the wiki now, huh? Yeah, it does. This fight is not really difficult, though I will say you probably will bring up STR units, so this guy, don't let him touch your STR units, I think, but really outside of that, this is not really a difficult fight. I I would say just really this guy. This guy could hit you pretty hard though. I think he has like 350k attack, so you want to be careful. I think this guy will hit you harder than people will expect. So don't. I think with this fight, don't go in thinking it's gonna be that easy. Like I'm saying easy compared to like these stages, right? But this guy can catch you off guard. Be careful. Fusion 13 can also catch you off guard, but you could like bring full tech units, right? And these guys could be annoying because they do lower your attack and defense, and they could both super you in one slot, and it can be very, very annoying if they super the wrong unit. Like if you bring like Tech Count and Khalifa, they both super her, you're dead, right? But it's like this phase right here is so free. I think these two, because it's double AGL. So just load up a tech units. Like there's a billion strong tech units. Like, you know, Tech God Goku himself, he's gonna get his EZA. We'll talk about him in a bit. He just destroys this, right? The Tech Gods destroy this, right? He does disable evasion, so I guess that's, you know, a lot of these tech units I feel like do evade, like, you know, the gods themselves, the Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, so they can't be used to their full ability, but it's fine because they'll have tap advantage. That's pretty much it for the movie bosses stage. I think the GT, these ones are harder. These two fights specifically are probably harder than these two. Though I would say Cooler is like on the realm with Rodo, but Baby is definitely harder than everything else. Rodo, he lowers your defense in all three phases, so that can be very annoying. You want to bring a bunch of int units for this fight just because this guy could lock you. He has, I think it's a 60% chance to lock you, and if he locks you in the first slot, like you're using like it's some, I don't know, tech or AGL, you know, whatever, even type neutral, this guy could like do a lot of damage to you because of his defense lowering. Can also evade your attacks in all three phases right here, so that could be pretty annoying as well. 7% chance each, so you really want to be careful with that. You know, he can't be stunned, attack, lower, or anything. He's like one of the only bosses that can't be like debuffed at any shape or form in the first phase, right? Some of these bosses can be like sealed or debuffed. Like, you know, this guy could be actually no, he can't be debuffed, right? Okay, like, you know, this Shadowrun right here, you can be sealed, attack, lord, and stuff like that, right? So you want to be careful with that. And that's pretty much it. Really, just the locking that could really get you in the defense lowering. So you run int units, you know, like, I guess Namagoku. Actually, my know how to run for this. I think I use double Blue Evolution Vegeta. So you can even get away with that. I'm sure it's not going to be that much of a struggle for you guys, because what happens is if you just like if you bring like Sensu Beans and just save it for the last phase and you don't need it for those first two phases, then you're looking good here. Level 4 versus Baby. This is the hardest fight in the game, by far. This guy lowers your attack and defense, can be annoying. This guy hits you pretty solidly hard. Actually, is there a way I could bring up the post that Luca Dokkan made? Give me just 1 second. Luca Dokkan. And then movie edition. 1 second here. There it is. The movie edition. And here is, actually no, it's supposed to be the GT edition. What am I thinking? Oh, he has a link to the GT edition though. I'm pretty sure, right? Please, it's here? No? No? Okay, well. Cool. I messed up. I'm dumb. Don't. GT edition. There, I fixed it. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Don't mind me, I'm just bad at this, I guess. This Baby hits you pretty hard. Yeah, 672k, and then your defense is lower potentially. Like, that's a lot of damage. that is quite a lot of damage for sure. His attack size isn't that high, right? But you know, some of these like more weaker units will start taking damage. And then right here you get to the end phase where you're gonna bring a bunch of physical units forward. Luckily there's no STR phase, but these two phases are difficult. I would say this guy hits you hard, but I feel like this guy might be a little more difficult, is in a weird way, right? To me, because by this point your units are kind of stacked up. If you're running like LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you're good, right? And this guy lowers your, you know, stats against this guy, so that could be really annoying. But the thing with this Baby is that he can attack all, you know, 18% chance, max 7 per turn. You can actually do it 7 times. What? Oh wow, he can do it. I guess it's probably Yeah, it's 7. I don't know if that means 7 different AoEs or if it means like 7 different attacks that he does AoE with. Because I remember I saw the max. The max I've seen someone do was 4. That was 4, but 7 actually. I forgot about that. It's absurd. If you can AoE 7 times. Because this AoE damage does a lot, right? You know, his normal attack is 270k, but his AoE attack is 313k. So you need 300 and like 10k defense at minimum to like take double digits from that, which is, you know, pretty good amount of defense. He could super attack you, and then it has 100% chance to stun your unit, and then he does like 1,000,000 damage. So like he gets super a unit that's in slot 1, and then if they want to raise their defense or anything like that, you're kind of screwed, right? Obviously, a lot of slot 1 units don't need to do that, but if you're running like Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 in slot 1 and then he stuns you, you just lose out on doing a ton of damage too, right? Which is a pretty huge thing. That stun can be really annoying. He has a solid amount of HP too, 37 million. Again, all those combined makes this guy, he will be the hardest boss in Global right now. Oh, look, it's Raspberry right there, Raspberry Private, but he will be the hardest boss in Global, so watch out for him. Gogeta kind of wipes the floor with him, but he will be difficult to beat, especially if you don't have that Gogeta. So next we have the Omega Shenron and Gogeta EZAs. I guess we'll talk about them first. Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, I like him, he's good. I just feel like with the full team at the end of the anniversary, you don't really run this guy on the rotation, if not really at all. I think the biggest thing is that he doesn't have Saiyan Roar. Saiyan Roar is a huge thing for these GT Super Saiyan 4s, right? This guy has it. This guy has it. The LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has it, right? You really, really want that Saiyan Roar link, but this guy does not have it. And then what's going to happen is you run this guy and this guy in rotation with them, right? They make up your rotations. This guy's going to be floating around, right? He gets this, which is nice, but he won't really be able to stack that up as much properly if you're going to be floating him off. This is still stupidly powerful, though. The great chance of countering and evading enemies' attack. That means you could take him even against, like, you know, some type neutral stages in the red zone. And you can counter with a very high chance as long as he's not taking damage from normals, which his defense is good enough that won't take really much damage from normals. I think this could have just been guaranteed super effective. I think they could have made this guy better to make up for the fact that he doesn't have that Saiyan Roar link, which is really huge. Even if he had some type of supportive ability. Like, what if this was just like all allies? that would be like 3 times different. If this is like all allies, right? That would make things huge. Like, that would be so good. Like, he would be like twice as better, right? I think. But I don't know. He's good, but I just feel like I don't use him. Maybe it's just a me thing. I don't use him as much as I should. Maybe other people use him way more than I do, but I just think that with, you know, the team you're gonna run support type units like Weirs or something that are floating on this team, right? And your rotations are kind of set. On Global, this guy you'll see, you use him for sure because you don't have the LR Super Saiyan 4 EZAs yet, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But this is Omega Shenron. He's good. He just doesn't really have a team right now. He builds up over time. He could triple super right. I think he's just a unit that kind of got overshadowed, I think, by the rest of these units, like especially these two right here. He got overshadowed. And, you know, this guy's kind of meh, but he's good. He just doesn't have the proper setup right now. He will help you, though, with the GT bosses. Run for the GT Legendary Goku event, which is coming out. He will help you so much in that stage, so that's going to be good for you. If you don't have him, that sucks, actually, because, again, we know that there's going to be a GT bosses mission, and this guy, by the way, for those missions, I did do guides on them, so if you want to check them out, they're on the channel, but this guy was, like, huge for that run, I think, for sure. Especially, I don't think I had Tex and Shenron, right, but with Tex and Shenron there, too, those two, like, kind of clear that stage. Next, we do have the, again, EZAs for God, Goku, and Vegeta. This is my GOAT. Easily, like, top 20 unit in the game, just in general, because there's so many movie bosses, pure Saiyans enemy. I think he's, like, probably, like, just the single-handedly either the best or, like, you know, second, third best, like, top 3 easily unit in the game for that Red Zone Broly fight. The 77% damage reduction is too powerful, and with the movie bosses stage being so prominent, It's like there's no way that he's not like a top 20 unit or something in the game, or like a top 30 unit or something at bare minimum, right? He's a top tier unit. He's one of the best units in the game by far, easily. Rainbow orb changing, ceiling for super battle road. You know, he raises defense on a super attack effect, right? You just need to make sure you get him these 2 rainbow orbs right here, so you can get these stats, and you're cooking. You just don't really want to bring them against, like, you know, the GT bosses fights, right? Just because the GT bosses fights, obviously, you know, let me see. Do the GT fights, do they have, is there like a AGL boss? I don't even remember it being like a, you know, one of the final phases being an AGL boss at the top of my head. Like Legic right there, yeah, sure. Yeah, none of these bosses really end in AGL right there. So, I mean, I feel like you could bring God Goku against this fight. I think that you'll work out just fine. Maybe this fight right here. I mean, even against Sin Shenron, he could steal the first phase. Could be very helpful for your team, but he's really good. Just, you're not really going to bring him those fights anyways. But he's going to age incredibly well. He's like a new Tech Caulifla, right? But he does so much more for your team than Tech Caulifla, right? Because his orb changing and stuff. Way better link set. Best partner for the LR gods. Yeah, really, really good buff. If you like the LR gods and you're on global, you're going to love this guy. Well, this guy, unfortunately, is a little disappointing. Just a teensy weeny bit. He stacks attack. I think he can hit pretty hard numbers, but his defense is just kind of wonky. He wants this, but it doesn't last for too long. High chance to guard. We all know how kind of meh that is. This could be nice for Super Battle Road stages, but like it's not nearly as effective as like 77% damage reduction. Again, I think his offense will surprise people by how hard he could actually hit, because this guy hits really hard. He could do like triple 9 million attack stats, right? Because the greatly stacking, triple supering. His link stake is like 90% attack from links, right? I think he's on 200% looter skills. The LR, is he on the LR gods one? No, not the LR gods. I mean the he's on the Vegito, the Macho Vegeta 200% looter skill. I don't think he's on the. I don't think he's on the these guys is 200%, right? Because it's. No, he is. Okay, so he's on 200%, which is really good for him, but I don't really use him much. He's just kind of cool call, uses die. Extreme Z Dokkan Fest take it pretty cool. They're just updating some of these things. So this is updated on JP recently. They changed her clothing. It's kind of weird. We'll see if there's an event similar to that coming up soon. Tutorial movies, right? Kaioken Goku. By the way, Kaioken Goku created Vegeta. They're gonna come out next week, not this week. I would assume they would be like around here. Like in a week from now, literally. It's same happened on JP. Whenever the discounts and in global, which I don't know at the top of my head. But yeah, they just updated so many things. I think here's the missions right here. If you want to pause and look at these missions, feel free to go ahead and do so. Not really too difficult to get these done. More missions right here, and then again the GT Legendary Goku in the event and the Vegeta Legendary event missions. GT Heroes, GT Bosses, Super Saiyan 2 much power. This is going to be difficult. I think the rest will be pretty solidly easy. But yeah, again, I have guides up for those if you want to check out the teams I ran, you know, different options I recommended. Again, this is like 6 months ago in JP, so maybe a little outdated, but I mean, you have way more options now. So that's really good. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you in the next one, and have fun with your second part of the anniversary, global players. Peace out.